Assalamualaikum and very good day to my lecturer, Dr. Zainul. I am Berhad from class EMD7 MIA. So today I will be presenting a case study Osha in TGPS. TGPS is a short form of Tunku Jaafar Power Station. So we are given a task on a case study Osha implementary at industry. We have choose to further our case study at power generation industry. So we have decided to observe and study all the occupational safety and health at one of TNB power station, which is Tunku Power Station. So I will briefly three main business by TNB, which is first one is generation, third one is transmission, and second one is transmission, third one is distribution. So we have choose to further our case study on generation industry, power generation industry. So we also use an online platform such as WhatsApp and Google Meet to discuss our case study. So for introduction of Tunku Power Station, generally TNB is the largest electricity utility in Malaysia, which is they had a customer base with 9.2 million customers in over all the Malaysia. So Tunku Jaafar Power Station is located at Port Dickson, Negeri Sembilan. The power station is belong to Tenaga Nasional Berhad itself, and it is at Tunku Jaafar Power Station is they had two big power plant, which is PD1 and PD2. Both are combined cycle, and both are generating a power with 750 megawatts. The system in Tunku Jaafar Power Station, they runs on 2x2x1, which is they had two gas turbine, two respective HRSG, which is heat recovery steam generator, and they had one steam turbine. Both power plants are almost similar, except for PD1, which is it can run on open or closed cycle, but PD2 only can run on closed cycle. This differs at the point where the heat from the gas turbine can be released to atmosphere through exhaust duct with a hydraulic system switch. The power plant's final steam turbine, final steam from gas turbine is cooled through a seawater, which is they are using a seawater for cooling system, and released to the respective PD1 and PD2 outfall. The gas turbine runs on fuel gas, which is supplied from Petronas, and they use also fuel oil distillate in case of gas shortage. So at Tunku Jaafar Power Station, they practice a lot of safety measures and precaution. They also taking a safety very strict, especially at the side of the power plant. It's either from the workers of TNB itself to the contractor from other company that also work at power plant. So as we can see, this is the layout of Tunku Jaafar Power Station. We can see here from the main gate, then we can see the PD1, PD2, and outfall. All of the layout are whoever come to the power plant, they must obey all the safety measures at TNB power plant. So this is the layout. That's all. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Shafiq bin Abdul Hadi and I will present about the facilities for occupational safety and health that exist and relevant act. First of all, this is the layout for the emergency evacuation routes and assembly areas. There are two assembly areas, which is Assembly Area 1, which is near to the admin building, and Assembly Area 2, which is near to the Combined Cycle Plan 1 and Combined Cycle Plan 2. And then this is the store. Okay, next for the occupational safety and health legislation, the Act is to explain the scope and basic provision in the Act approved by Parliament. There are 5 types of Act that are implemented in the Tenaga Nasional Berhad, which is number 1 is Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, Osha 1994, Factories and Machinery Act 1967, Electricity Supply Act 1990, Environmental Quality Act 1974, Employees Social Security Act 1969. And then for the scope of OSHA Act 1994 is for the all people who are working except members of the army and workers on the merchant ship, which is registered below Merchant Shipping Ordinance. Next, the objective for the OSHA 1994 to ensure the safety, health and welfare of employees in the workplace, protect the safety and the health of others than employees at the workplace, promoting an appropriate environment, enables gradual replacement of legislation related to approved rules and code of practice. Next, for the objective establishment of the Factories and Machinery Act 1967 is to inform the control over the factory to protect the safety, health and welfare of the people inside. Number 2 is inform regarding registration and inspection for machinery and related matters. Objective of the Electricity Supply Act 1990 is to provide for the regulation of the electricity supply industry, control of any installation, plant and electrical equipment concerned. Number 2 is to protecting public safety in relation to electricity consumption. And then people who is competent persons under the Electricity Regulation 1994 is Electrical Service Engineer, Competent Electrical Engineer, Electrical Supervisor, Electrical Machinery Caretaker or Chargeman, Electrical Wiring 1-phase or 3-phase, and Cable Joiner. For the objective of the Environmental Quality Act 1974 is to prevent, remove, control pollution, improving the quality of the environment. Scope of contents of Environment Act 1974 is air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, open burning, industrial disposal, sewage, and scheduled waste. And then objective of the establishment of the Social Security of Employees Act 1969 is to ensuring the social security provision of employees. Next, for the security policy and health employment, Occupational Safety and Health Policy Tunku Jaafar Electricity Station is comply with the requirement of the national law of Malaysia, establish rules in all activities, implement of safe works instruction and procedures, conduct a risk assessment program, carry out adequate training relevant to everyone involved, ensure continuous improvement upwards occupational safety and health performance, implement security management system and occupational health-based process. And next, the last one is to ensure that this policy is prepared and communicated to all who work in this premise. Next, what caused the incident is behavior is not safe, which is negligent or not appropriate wearing protective equipment. The situation is not safe is incomplete procedure or stale or wrong design. Accident theory is 1 death, 3 injury, 50 light injury, 80 property damage, and 400 near-miss accidents. 12. Road security and health employment is rules number 1. Use correct personal protective equipment, PPE at all times, or you will get injured. Rules number 2. Work with valid permit and verify isolation. Rules number 3. Perform isolation and normalization according to requirements. Rules number 4. Obtain authorization before entering confined space area. Rule number 5. Review high-ride and conduct toolbox talk. Rules number 6 is protect yourself against or fall when working at height. Rules number 7. Do not position yourself under a suspended load. Rules number 8. Protect any opening with cover and barricade. Rules number 9. Do not misuse firefighting equipment. Rules number 10. Do not use handphone. Follow speed limit and wear seatbelt. Rule number 11. Do not smoke outside designated smoking area. Lastly, rules number 12 is no drugs, no alcohols, and no sleeping inside plant area. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Iqbal bin Zulkarnain and I will present about type of hazard in Tenaga Nasional Berhad. Okay. This is the 5 type of hazard. The first one is slip, trip and fall hazard. Okay, this may caused by the slippery floor, trailing cable and the poor light. Okay, the consequences, it may cause the sprain and strain, broken bones, cut if near to object shaft, sharp object, and the back injury. Okay, how to prevent this type of hazard? First of all, use the PPE equipment and clean up the spill, and third, must have a proper light. Okay, the next hazard is electrical hazard. Okay, this may caused by the unsafe equipment and or unsafe installation. Okay, the consequences is it may cause death and shock. Okay, how to prevent this type of hazard? Must use the proper equipment for the electrical, such as the PPE, the special PPE. Okay, the third is the fire hazard. This common one. This may caused by faulty electrical equipment or flammable combustion material. This is the what this hazard can do. Okay, this hazard can cause death. Okay, pollution, and then the property will burn. Okay, how the fire hazard can be prevent? By give the proper training to the employee and have a firefighting system inside the building. Okay, the fourth one is the biological hazard. This is for the COVID-19 right now, coronavirus. Okay, the main cause is if they do not have social distancing, and they expose their respiratory system and do not use hand sanitizer, or maybe have the weak antibody. Okay, the biological hazard can cause the fever, dry cough, tightness, difficult in breathing, chest pain, and can of course can cause the death. Okay, how to prevent this hazard is by using the face mask properly, and then use hand sanitizer everywhere we go, and do social distancing, limit the capacity person, and etc. Okay, the last one is ergonomic hazard. Okay, this is caused by three main cause: object, environment, and system. Okay, this is the consequence: the stress, back pain, slip disc, and moreover. How to prevent this ergonomic hazard is by make sure use the proper equipment and have the good environment, and then must use a true posture when we do a work. Thank you.
My name is Nur Suhaila binti Ahmad. I will present the action needs to be carried out during the emergency team. The procedure will be done by the emergency rescue team. Related form needed when handling the emergency procedure firstly was provided from the company and it applicable for the all types of cases and need to be done on the incident day, which is called incident form. Secondly, provided by the Department of Occupational Safety and Health, DOJ, and only for the major cases and need to be done within 7 days after the incident days. It called the JKPP6, Notification of Occupational Accident Dangerous Occurrence, and JKPP9 with data on the incidents. There are two types of cases, which is major cases and second is minor cases. Each of cases was based on the current incident happened at the TMB company. For the first case is the victim has been hit by the tree branch on his shoulder while handling the main high voltage switch. The victim experienced broken rib cage. The second case on the major case is the worker was fell into a hole with 1.2 meter depth while preparing leveling parts. The first case on the minor case is the victim received 3 stitches on his head after his head bumped at the sharp edge of the cable tray while handling the cleaning process. The last case for the minor case is the staff got injury on his fingers while handling cleaning of the drain. The slide shows the procedure flowchart during the emergency. Firstly, when the accident starts occur, automatically the workers needs to stop their works and then inform to their supervisor about the incidents, and the supervisor will inform the emergency rescue team. And then the emergency rescue team will identify either the case is minor or major. When the rescue team identify the types of case, if the case is minor, the rescue team will treat the victim using the first aid kits and bring them to the clinic. If the case is major, the rescue team will call the ambulance to get the next treatment from the hospital. For the major case victim, they need to send JKKP6 and JKKP9 forms to the DOJ, and for the minor case victim and major case victim, they need to send an incident form to the company so that the Department of Occupational Safety and Health from the company can make an accident investigation and keep the report. There are 5 steps of the accident investigation. Firstly, deal with immediate risk. The emergency rescue team need to handle the emergency situation with safe and try to treat the victim. Second, select the level of investigation by identifying the types of cases, either minor or major. Third, investigate the case by collecting the data through interviewing the witness person on the incident day or by related document. Fourth, analyze the result. Based on the third step, they need to analyze the result and make the prevention procedure to ensure the case will not happen in the future. The final step is review the process by make a follow-up on the action from the finding of the investigation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Akil Ashraf bin Amir Hamzah. For my part, I will be explaining part G, which is the Occupational Safety and Health Management. The aim of the management system is to prevent any type of accident from happening in the workplace. This can make the work environment safer. Then, communicating the HSE information as well as achieving the financial and operation benefit are also the aim of the management system. Other than that, protecting the environment, fulfill the compliance obligations set by the government and enhancing HSE performance are also aim of the system. Next, we look at the approach of the system using plan, do, check, and act method. For the plan, the company had established HSE objective and processes according to the policies. For the do, the worker must implement the processes properly. For the check, the company must monitor all the processes such as objective, operation criteria, and report. The last method is the act, which is the company must take action to improve the system. For the management system requirement, there are 5 components needed. The first one is the leadership and commitment from all the staff. Second is the planning. Third is the support and operational control. This component can be divided into 3 sections. The first section is the operational control on safety. The second is the operational control on occupational health. And the last is the operational control on environment. The next component needed in the system is the performance measurement and monitoring. The last component is the improvement of the system. Then, we go to the Health and Safety Environment Committees. The objective of the committees is to monitor and review the management for improvement, to review and recommend plan as set objective, to coordinate the direction of HSE initiative, to improve the management framework for effectiveness, to review the management system performance, to discuss issue and recommend solution, and to review compliance obligation. The function of these committees are to assist in the development of the system, to review the effectiveness of the system, to inspect the safety of the workplace at least every 3 months, to report to the employer for any unsafe condition, to review the safety policies at the workplace, and to inspect the workplace after an accident occurs. For the risk assessment, these are the risk control needed for the management. The first one is to conduct all the processes plan. Assessment should consider life cycle perspective. Control shall take into account such as technologies option, financial, operation, and business requirement. Then, the risk assessment must be documented. The effectiveness of the risk assessment must be reviewed yearly if any accident happened or if any change was made. The last one is an appropriate action must be taken. This is the flowchart of the risk assessment. For the document management, its purpose is to ensure the documents are managed effectively such as procedure, process, plan, program, and records. All the records and document information are maintained as required by the HSEMS standard. For the personal protective equipment (PPE), it is to establish a procedure on insurance, maintenance, inspection and training on how to use it. The PPE provided to employees shall be suitable to the type of work, fit the employees, not adversely affect to health and other risks, or in insufficient supply and readily available. For the PPE control, identification of suitable PPE are based on HSE risk assessment. Second, purchase of approval specification or standard PPE. Third, the contractor are purchase approved standard PPE. Fourth, adequate training on proper use of PPE. Fifth, the right PPE is provided for the specific task. Next, the staff do not perform any modification on their PPE. PPE must be regularly inspected using specific checklists. PPE should be replaced immediately when damaged. Staff receiving the PPE must take good care of it and report any defect to superiors. PPE is properly stored. The PPE record, such as insurance, inspection, and disposal, are kept at respective office for inventory or audit purpose. PPE is disposed according to procedure. That's all from me. Thank you.